Today we will look at the RTX 5090 gaming trio from MSI. No one did a review on this card yet, so I'm gonna do it, and yeah, this is how it looks. From the top, you got the MSI Dragon, non-RGB, it's just reflecting the case lights in this case. And yeah, then you got those three LEDs that you see from the side, and if you go under, you can see that there is another stripe. Yeah, so I would recommend high wattage power supply because this card really uses a lot of power. So yeah. And by the way, here is also another RGB element. This is just the MSI logo, but yeah, in this case I really got no place for the graphics card. I had to disassemble my whole PC, CPU cooler, case fans, to get it in there because, as you can see, there's really no place at all, but it works, so it's fine. This card also has a BIOS switch, so there's silent and gaming. I would recommend using gaming because temperatures are actually a bit lower there, and in silent it goes up to 1300 RPM at the most from what I've seen, so I think gaming is better because yeah, I like cooler temps, Okay, so here we are in Cyberpunk now. Let's test the performance. I'm using MSI Afterburner for the overlay, and I'm using the NVIDIA overlay for recording, so may impact performance a little bit. Let's see. So here we are, and quick show of the settings. So DLSS, transform model quality, sharpness, I don't know, I just set it to 0.2, ray reconstruction on, frame gen on ×3. I think this is actually the best setting for Cyberpunk because the delay is fine, input delay, and great visual quality. As you can see, path tracing on, this off because it just looks horrible in my opinion, and everything else is set to the maximum. And we are playing at 4K. So here we are in Night City. So the performance here without DLSS frame gen would be around 60 FPS. I tried it out earlier, but I have to restart the game to change it, so I'm not gonna do that here. Yeah, it would be around 60 FPS, and with frame gen ×3, we are now at 150 average. Yeah, I think it's really good, with path tracing, input delay, and playing with mouse and keyboard is really good actually. In my opinion, not really noticeable. And yeah, the visual quality, I mean, you can see that it's really, really good. So you got the UI frame gen artifacts. If you look to the bottom left or bottom right, you see that the keycaps kind of have a background to them, so that's normal. The game though feels really, really good. I actually don't see any artifacts, but maybe you do. So we're using about 500 watts of power, and we are at 70 degrees with 1500 RPM. So compared to the Founders Edition, from what I've seen, the Founders Edition would run at, I don't know, like 77 degrees at 1700 RPM. And that was on an open bench, this is in a closed case that you saw at the beginning, so I think these temps are really, really good for the card. It's a huge card, as you saw, but yeah, if you can get it, I think it's definitely worth it. So I will drive around for a little bit longer, so you can see how the temperatures develop, how the game looks. So here, reflections, really, really nice. I really think that this is how you should play the game if you want, smooth refresh rates and high visual quality. Okay, so for the end, I'm just gonna kill these guys so we see some fast-paced gameplay as well. How that looks. Maybe you can spot some artifacts. I really don't see any though. I'm just gonna jump around here, move the camera quickly. And yeah, so the visual quality, you know, I'm coming from an not RX 7900 XTX. And I gotta say, DLSS really is much better when it comes to image quality. I mean, this is with frame gen times 3, and it still looks better. So, well done, NVIDIA. So you can look at the lights. We would probably be at like 50 FPS native. So, yeah. Room temperature is about 20 degrees, by the way, so in the summer it will probably be a little bit hotter. And this is the gaming BIOS, so it has a BIOS switch, the card. You could run it in the silent BIOS, then it would run at like 1300 RPM and 78 degrees to 80 from what I've experienced. So I prefer this mode just because, you know, temps are cooler. And yeah, I mean, here this really looks beautiful. Wow. Okay, so that's it for Cyberpunk. Temps, from what I've seen, max 74, most of the times around 70. So yeah, really good. If you would play, you know, for half an hour longer, you'd probably get up to 75 degrees. But I think, you know, for this power consumption, it's definitely really, really good performance. Okay, so here we are in Stalker 2. For the settings, graphics, let's see, everything on Epic. Motion blur 0%. This is that. We are using DLAA because we are playing on 4040p, not 4K this time. Frame gen is on, but only the ×2 mode, so the normal mode. Nothing special here. Everything else on max settings. Here you can see 1440p. And yeah, let's see. So in this game, you can probably already see there's these white artifacts, and it's actually a feature from the game, which really, really annoys me. I gotta say, I really can't play this game for long because it's so annoying. I have to find a mod to turn it off. First I thought that it's, you know, my graphics card, but I had it on my old AMD card as well, so that can't be it. And yeah, from what I've read, it's a feature for, you know, showing the intensity of radiation to cameras, but I really hate it. I don't know if you can turn it off, but I hope so, because otherwise I will not play this game ever again. But yeah, you can see 400 watts, 65C. You know, this game's not using all the power, so it's really, really cool. Fans are fine, 1300. Yeah, really, really good. So I'm just gonna do this mission here and hope I don't get jump scared, because in this game, I don't know, it's not for me. I got jump scared like 3 times already, and I hate these games. So I just hope that I don't get a zombie behind me now, because I really don't know what's gonna happen here. I didn't play this game before. at least not this part, so we will see. Okay, looks pretty crazy.
Is charging always this noisy?
No, but that rock of yours is
I'm
pretty
scared.
unusual. Check the scanner quick. Is it charged?
Oh fuck. Well, I guess I didn't. I shouldn't do that. Nearly dead. What the fuck? I already see a zombie behind me, making me fall off my chair. Okay. Well, yeah, here you got Stalker 2 performance, really good. Not using a lot of power, so the card stays really cool. Fan speeds are fine. Probably get around 2 degrees higher if you play it for an hour, but maybe not, you know. Definitely nothing to worry about here. No lags, feels really smooth, very good input delay, so basically none from what I can tell. I'm playing mouse and keyboard, you know, it is a first-person shooter, so I would notice it if there was a lot of input delay, because I played a lot of Call of Duty, so I know what feels laggy and whatnot. Yeah, really good performance. Okay, so now we will try the finals 1440p. Yeah, as of now, DLSS quality, frame rate limit 355 because I have a 260 Hz monitor, so yeah, but for this test we can do unlimited. Okay, so here we are in the finals. We will test this game next, you know, FPS game. And for the settings, frame gen is off obviously because we want the lowest latency possible, DLSS quality. And yeah, other than that, you know, this is all on low now, but I think I'm gonna move it to high because yeah, otherwise I don't think that we can use 100% of the GPU. So I will try this on high with dynamic low. No, let's do dynamic medium global illumination. Should still be fine for performance, and let's see how it goes. So this game, by the way, is also really CPU intensive, but I hope that the 9800 XCD is good enough to not bottleneck the 5090 on 4040p on this game. Otherwise, we have turned the settings up a bit more, but I think with ray tracing on, we should be fine. Let's see. Okay, so in this game, it could actually be engine cap as well. Sadly, I don't have the GPU, CPU busy graph here, but yeah, this looks fine. We're not at 100% usage, but good enough, you know, 85% here. And as you can see, if it's not drawing 500 watts of power, the temps are really, really good.
We've hit our first team wipe and it's a showstopper.
Okay, that is not good. It's really low. But his teammate is there. But yeah, we're not using 100% GPU here. I don't think that's CPU capped either. It could be, you know, 100 watts on the 9800 XTB. It's actually quite a lot. So it's overclocked to 5.4 gigahertz. But yeah, I mean, the game looks really, really good. And it's still, I mean, look at the frame rates. Definitely high enough for a first-person shooter. We could go a little higher actually if I turn off ray tracing. I think that would also hit the CPU. So let's try that. If I don't get killed here. Video. So we turn this to low and let's set this to low as well. Just see what happens. So here, nothing really changed, which just tells me that we're CPU bound. So we could try with maybe high settings or extreme or whatever it's called. Let's do epic here and dynamic high with ray tracing. Will they revive me? I don't think so. We can already see that GPU utilization is up to about 90%. Still only 300 watts though, which is very, very good. And by the way, you can see 9800 XTB using about 100 watts of power and only at 58C with the air cooler. You know, it's not an AIO, as you saw at the beginning. Just so much better than the 7800 XTB. Because I had that CPU before, and in this game we run at 80C constantly while drawing a lot less power, but yeah, a lot hotter. So let's see. Can I get killed? I don't know. Try ray tracing on Epic now, if the setting exists. Dynamic Epic, yes. This doesn't go higher than Epic as well. So this is now max settings basically. Let's see if we reach 100% GPU utilization like that. Nearly, but not fully yet. So we could try turning off DLSS or using DLAA. But yeah, here in this title, as you can see, a lot of frames. FPS really, really good. Mostly CPU bound because it's basically rendering at 1080p with DLSS quality here. Let's see if we can kill this guy. Yes. Oh, it's a tank. I'm gonna get killed. Now let's try to use DLAA if they have it here. DLSS, DLLA. Yes. Okay, let's see. So this is now without upscaling, and as you can see, we are coming close to 100% GPU utilization. Shouldn't forget that I'm recording with the NVIDIA overlay as well, so maybe we lose a little bit of performance from that, but yeah, this is definitely very playable at max settings with full ray tracing. Looks very good and really smooth. As you can see, about 95-96% GPU usage, and in this case, actually not so much power draw. It really is okay. about 400 watts card. Really cool. Only 1,200 RPM, which is also very good. So, yeah. I think that's enough for this game. You know, as you can see, looks very good. Good frame rates. No stutters at all, actually, in this game. So, pretty good optimized. I like it.
Occurrence. It puts the whole squad in jeopardy.
Okay, so for the last game, I chose Warhammer 30K. Here you see full screen 1440p native DLSS, so DLLA basically. Frame gen on, just ×2 because it doesn't support ×3 or 4 yet, even through the NVIDIA app. So gotta use frame gen ×2, and I have a 360Hz monitor, so it's actually useful for me, even in this case. Everything set to the highest setting. So yeah, I don't know if I will actually start a mission or just walk around in this room here, but yeah, it definitely uses a lot of power, as you can see. So here we are.
I must speak with Captain Akaran.
500 watts. Not as much as Cyberpunk, to be fair, at least in this scene. But also, you know, much more than the finals. So 70C, 1,500 RPM. And I gotta say, the image quality, very, very good. You could also, you know, use DSR 4K, downscale to 1440p. Maybe it would be even better, but this, I really can't. Like, this is very, very sharp. Let's see where we are going here. Because the native anti-aliasing in this game is really bad, so you gotta use FSR or DLSS for that.
It may have been only a handful of fanatics.
A handful of cultists could not bring down a Thunderhawk.
He is right. The arch enemy
Yeah,
is
as you
here.
can see here, you probably wouldn't have to use frame gen, but I mean, why not, right? Image quality, perfect. A lot of frames. Okay, I see the cutscene, probably very intensive.
What in damnation happened down there?
Nozick was assassinated.
The Adeptus Mechanicus report said engine failure.
That's not what I saw.
Sergeant,
Yeah, about 500 watts. I think this game just doesn't use more. Maybe it would use more in 4K, but
You're sure?
not sure.
no mistaking it, sir.
Yeah, at 500 watts, you see the card stays really cool. Fan speed is fine. And yeah, you know, if you got a
Nozick was head
maybe
of a highly
14th gen
classified
Intel
project.
CPU
Aurora.
that gets up to 80C in gaming, maybe that would affect the graphics card as well, but I like this with the 9800 XVD. Very, very good.
Morius Luz, Nozick's apprentice. He is currently missing. His last known location was a
We'll just
Mechanicus
watch the
facility in
cutscene and then
Avarax, one that is now overrun with
end it.
tenants. This will get you into the cogitator within the facility. You can access Luz's tracker from there. We are on course to Avarax now. I want you ready the second we enter orbit.
Sir. What was on the ship with Nozick?
What concern is it of yours?
The Mechanicus seemed eager to retrieve it. And yet the enemy left it untouched.
Whatever it is, without Luz, it's useless to us.
Lieutenant, the journey to Avarax will take
Okay,
time. Enough for a brief diagnostic.
Very well.
so that's it for the video. I hope it helped you decide on if you want to buy the card, or, I mean, let's be honest, most of us are just sniping for a card. You know, I did the same. I would have bought anything, even if it was, I don't know, pink and with Barbie on it. So yeah, but if you got this one, you can definitely feel good and not be worried about it. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.